You want to be positive in your life and you want to have high energy in your life every day. Congratulations, because you found the right video. Because in this video, I'm going to tell you the 7 tips which significantly improve your positivity and energy of your life. You want that, right? So let's get started.
After working like last 15 years in IT field, this is what I realized. What is IT? Yeah.
Sure.
Make it happen.
Thank you.
So let's give a big hand to these student leaders to bring the training to you. Why don't you give a big hand to them?
Tip number 1, be healthy. It sounds like, oh yeah, I got it. It's like those tips again. No, it's not going to be that tips. You gotta be healthy. It doesn't mean that you have to spend hours in the gym. It doesn't mean that you have to go for morning run. No. Let me explain to you very simply. To be healthy means there are 2 types of mental health you have. One is mental health, one is physical health. So when it comes to mental health, put yourself positive things, positive knowledge, positive news inside of you, and cut the negative news. Stop watching those news. Stop reading those negative songs, negative news. Put them out, because this is something killing your mental health. So feed it with more positivity. And now, physical health, which is everybody think about. Yes, if you are been eating junk foods, you will be a junkie. And a junkie never has a positive energy and positivity in the life. So the simple thing, get your diet fixed. Get the right food, right amount of vegetables, and take tons of water intakes. And one more thing, if you're being like a junkie with a lot of alcoholics, so you've been building on yourselves. Because whatever you eat every day, that turns into you. So if you've been living with a lot of alcohols, so that turns into you and you build an alcohol. So you'll not have a lot of positive energy and positivity in your life with a lot of alcoholics. So get rid of them. I'm not telling you to stop, cut to 0. You can have it for some time for fun. But if you start taking it multiple days in a week, that's why it starts to become a problem, because then more majority of your body are built of alcohol, and that's why it becomes like you are like a whole negative and depressed person of the world. So get rid of it. Make it to minimum and stay healthy physically and mentally. That was the tip number 1. So now go to tip number 2. Be real yourself. Don't make yourself to pretend someone by buying an iPhone, getting a Gucci belt, and getting an expensive a coat, but you don't have that kind of class. You need to always think about who you are. You gotta stay on that level, and you need to build yourself on that level, but find a way to go to the next level. So which is related to tip number 3. I'm going to tell you that one too. Be real yourself, know who you are, and don't pretend and don't lie people around you about yourself. So really be yourself means you know yourself. Doesn't mean that you don't have to improve. You need to improve. But don't lie to the people. Don't pretend someone else which you are not. Because that will create a lot of crazy amount of anxiety. And think about, oh my God, if I lie to this person, maybe you will be constantly in a situation being worried about people probably not figured out who you are, and then being really worried. So be real, you. Don't lie about yourself. Don't lie to the people. Don't pretend you're someone else which you're not. But tip number 3 is very important. Learn to develop yourself. Every day you find something to learn, to improve yourself. So rather than you telling people by lying, you constantly invest in yourself to improve yourself. So people figure out who they are, like 3 months ago, 2 months ago, who you used to be and now who you are, and they will see the difference by themselves. You don't need to tell them that, hey, I have done this kinds of improvement. You don't need to tell it. They'll figure it out. Because people are smart. They have brains, they have EQ, they have IQ. They look at you and they'll see the difference of you. So that is constantly find a way to learn new things, develop yourself, and moving forward. So now tip number 4. Think about having a proper career rather than just think about your own job to job, because the job you have right now is going to be gone. I mean, you probably get fired or you're going to move on. Or probably the job probably will get obsolete as well too. So you need to think about a career, how you have a set of skill set inside of you, so you'll be always relevant to the need of this industry. Because it's very important, because when you're constantly thinking about developing the skill set around you, and then you constantly find the motivation to learn, which is tip number 3, and move on and stay relevant. So don't think about a job. Think about your career. When you are having a career in your life, in your career, you should have planned what is happening right now and what is going to happen next 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. You really need to have a clear plan what you're going to do, because when you don't have a plan, you basically yourself is very rootless and you don't know what you're doing, and that's very demotivating actually. That really put you down because you're getting worried inside of you. Even you're not worried, you're not thinking that, oh, I'm not worried, I'm fine, you're telling yourself, but your subconscious mind and brain is still worried about you. And you know what? The subconscious mind is actually what is driving you a lot to your everyday. So when you're even moving from job to job, think about what work you're doing right now and what will happen to this job in the next 3 to 5 years. It's going to be automation, or there will be some other kind of people with different kind of job. Because company always find a way to reduce its operation cost. And how to reduce the operation cost? Reducing the employee numbers. So you always should have a plan, a backup plan in your career, that what you're going to do in next 4 or 5 years. Even what you're doing right now, what you're really good at it, if it doesn't require it in a company anymore, what is the second thing you're going to do? So you should plan your backup. So that was my tip number 4. And when you have the backup, you feel yourself that I am more protected. I am going forward. I get a backup plan. If it doesn't work, so I'm going to get that things in my career. And you keep building yourself. And that's very good positivity inside of you all the time. So that was my tip number 4. So now I'm going to give you the tip number 5. Love others. Genuinely love others. Do not pretend to love others. So, because when you're just pretending to love others, you think that others just pretending to love you too. And actually, probably most of the time, because people are pretty smart, you know. This world, people are pretty well educated and pretty smart in 2021 right now. So when you're just pretending to love others, they also, sooner or later, they also picked it up that you're pretending, and they also start pretending back on you too. So it's like you have a fake love, fake relationships with your mom and dad, your brothers, with your boyfriends, and now your life is full of fake emotions and fake loves. That's very miserable and pathetic, because you're gonna be very, very demotivated, and deep dive inside of you, you have a loser feeling inside of you. So, because when you have the mentality to come and love someone genuinely, you are not going to lose. That person is going to lose if they lose you. So that is the very powerful point. When you love someone genuinely, you don't lose them. They lose you if they do mess up, wrong thing. So this is where it's very motivating thing. You do love genuinely your people. I mean, your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your mom and dad, your brothers, and you have nothing to lose. And that's a very positive power. Alright, so this is one of the ways you can be very positive. That was my tip number 5. If you're doing this wrong, get it fixed right now, and next 3 months you will see yourself in a very great place. If you are genuinely start loving right now your boyfriend or girlfriend right now, in 3 months, they probably will lose you, or they will start to love you back. If they lose you, that's great, and you can open up for the right person after that. So, anyway, it's good for you. That's the point. So, tip number 6. Give others. Rather than thinking about what you're going to get from other people, start to give other people, and give other people with zero expectation that you get it back from them. So when you keep giving people are going to keep getting from you. It's not the thing you receive something back from them. It's inside of you. When you start giving people without any expectation in return, you feel like you can do something for other people, and that's very powerful, you know. That's because it makes you very positive inside of you. You feel like, I can do this. They cannot do. I can do. And that's a very strong power of positive energy. Self-created positive energy, you can do it inside of you. It works like an automation inside of you, which is extremely powerful. And that's why I love giving people other people. Constantly I love giving people. Poor people, friends, mentoring people, going around, going to the speeches, writing, mentoring other people, leading my teams, and I always love giving them. And that's one of the greatest secret that's like work inside of me, like in my brain, in my heart, in automation. And it makes me happy and more positive about everything. So this is the tip number 6, all right? Start giving people without any expectation in return, all right? So now tip number 7. So 7 number 1, this one is a very important one as well too. Receive when people give it to you. If somebody giving you and offering you and help, take it with a really good gratitude and appreciate it with your best. Because when you do the appreciation from your heart, you feel amazing. Just want to give you one example. Just do this exercise. Just pick up the phone right now, wherever you are right now. Just pick up the phone and call your mom and you tell this line, Mom, thank you very much for what you have done for me, for bringing me this world, and you feed me and you love me, you take care of me, and you make me myself. I'm so happy, Mom, I have you. You just say this line to your mom and you feel so gratitude and so happy inside of you because you learn how to appreciate of receiving something. The same thing, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, just call her up and tell her that, hey honey, thank you for loving me. The way you love me, the way you cook for me, the way you take care of me, the way you spend time with me, the way you look at me, the way you put your head on my shoulder, the way you hug me. It makes me feel amazing. I love you so much, baby. You are a great love I wanted to have in my life and have you. Thank you very much for what you're doing, and I want you to keep doing it forever. Just say this line to your boyfriend or girlfriend. And you feel that your boyfriend or girlfriend will be happy, but by just saying this line, an amazing feeling you'll have inside of you of receiving and giving an appreciation and show the gratitudes. That's why it's so much important. That's one of my 70s for you. Do that regularly. I mean, not every day, but every week to someone who give it to you. And then you'll see life is such an amazing journey for you with a lot of positive power. Alright, so that was my 70s for you guys. To get more positive in your life. And if you start doing today and you practice 2 weeks, I challenge $100 bet challenge with you. If you practice 7 of them, you will be extremely positive and you start to see an amazing change positivity level inside of you. Alright? So if you have any particular question, go and comment below. Practice next 2 weeks and let me know how you feel after 2 weeks. How things going on after 2 weeks. What are the changes of positivity level inside of you? Comment below. I would love to listen to you, man, or girls, and love to give you more comments about it. And if you're an expert and if you're really positive, you think that, go and put your tips in the comment below. I'd love to see your tips and learn from you and interact with you, and probably will become a friend with you too as well too. So why not? So here's the point, guys. You want to live your life, right? So get positive. Put the punch on in your life and do some stunning positive thing in your life. And to do stunning positive thing, very first thing you gotta be positive here and here. So what are you waiting for? Go and start getting positive by practicing these 7 tips and make your life smashing forward.